Hello, everybody. We're live, I think. Yes, we are. We're live. Welcome to the TARDIS Zone Live, and we are here for the Army of Ghosts Watchalong. So, nice to have you all here. 19 of you here already. That's fantastic. Don't forget to give the video like, share, and subscribe to all my panelists. So, without further ado, let's bring on our guests tonight. So, this guy, you know, he lived on a different planet and he came to Earth just like the rabbi, actually. And he decided to set roots in Scotland. It's Scottish Davros. I don't know why you'd go to Scotland with all the rain, but there you go. Welcome.
Hello, how are you?
I'm not too bad, Scottish Davros. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I was actually pleasantly surprised when I watched this episode back last night. So here's hoping, here's hoping it'll be a solid score tonight.
I'm actually looking forward to this. Wolfenstorm, I actually did want to add you. You'll have to send me your email again, please. But I did say it to the lads, let's try get Wolfenstorm on. But let's bring on our next guest. We have a smaller panel. To be honest, quite honest with you, I prefer the smaller panels because everybody then, you know, there's not everybody talking over each other. So I do like the New Who ones because, you know, there's smaller panels. And I might have to see about that because I think we do have too many panelists for the Classic. And some people have made the point, actually, I gave out to yesterday. They want us to stick to the watch-alongs when we do the watch-alongs. They don't want us talking about anything but the watch-alongs when we do watch-alongs. And if we want to talk about other stuff, we talk about the other stuff after the fact. So I'm going to try to do that. It does be very hard. I can't tell people what they can and can't say on my channel. You know, I'm not a dictator. If they want to talk about the current series of Doctor Who, I'm going to allow them to talk the current series of Doctor Who. But I do get where some people are going with it. But let's bring on our next guest because he's traveled a long way. He's traveled a very, very long way, light years, in fact, to come to this planet of ours. Looking at it from space, it looks beautiful. But of course, when you get down into the atmosphere, you realize pretty quick enough it's a bit of a pigsty. But he decided to lay his roots down here. And it's because of those magical things that we call boobies. I'd like to introduce the one and only, the rabbi from another planet.
Hello, how are you all? I hope you're having a pleasant evening. You know, when I was looking at Earth from orbit, you know, when I first got a glimpse of Earth, I saw the moon. I thought, oh, that looks like a boobie. I thought to myself, and that was drawn in like a mermaid drawing in a mariner to the rocks. That's how I came to be in your planet. So listen, I got to tell you, there's been a big change in my life going on right now. I normally have a little accessory with me, but I do not. I have no coffee. Why do I have no coffee?
Oh, it's because of the thing that you said you've not to drink any coffee now or stuff for how many days is it?
Next until Friday night. Next Friday.
Oh,
I'm only eating potatoes, water, and maybe a hot pepper, like a pepper.
So the thing about it is, then, without your coffee, you're going to be less wired.
I don't know. I might be more wired. That might be the thing that's keeping me, you know, under control.
It could be, because it's supposed to kind of chill you out, and it doesn't chill you out in your case. Oh, how is everybody feeling today?
Pretty good.
Fantastic. Right, well, I'll get the episode ready and we'll get into it.
Does anybody need a link to it? So tonight I came prepared.
Oh, good man.
I'm actually okay there, babe, but I think no, all will probably need to like
All right. What was I going to say? By the way, I may vanish at some point for like 30 seconds. I hear a cricket somewhere close by, and it seems to be going crazy. So I want to, go and assist it into the next life.
Yeah.
Keep talking there, Rabbi.
I am. Sorry, I was just getting my my apparatus ready. He cried. Jigga jigga. Oh, I'll tell you. That video I put out yesterday, that's doing gangbusters. It's crazy. Normally a video for me dies down after the first day. It's still getting views. Go, baby, go.
Yeah.
So it's Noel's rumor. Thank you, Noel. Gave me great content.
Well, I dropped some more news today.
Oh well, I missed it. Why? What's going on?
Jodie,
rumors.
Right.
Jodie Whittaker is actually going to be gone during the festive period, and she won't be leaving of her own accord. She's going to be sacked.
Really?
Yeah, there's a 50-50 chance that Whittaker is gone. Actually, the special and not Series 13, as some have predicted. That regeneration scene does exist. So the thing about it is, what I reckon is going to happen, what I spoke about 2 days ago on this channel, they're going to do it. They're going to end this series with the special, and they're going to leave Jodie Whittaker regenerate and leave it as a cliffhanger. That's what's going to happen.
Excellent.
That's what I believe. Now,
it's not so bad, is it?
That's what I believe is going to happen, right? I want to stress that out with all the information that I've gotten and all the information that's already out there. I've put this together myself. I think she will be gone.
So wait, why do you think she's going to be fired? I can see Piers Wenger fired. I can see Chris Chibnall fired, and I can see it going with them. But what? I don't think her specifically. I think maybe a group.
Listen, she's not good enough. Why would you keep
someone? It's very clear. There's
by the way, Peter Capaldi, remember, was fired, and so was Christopher Eccleston. But they'll spin it and say that she left of her own accord. She's getting fired. She's not good enough.
Eccleston wasn't fired, was he?
He was fired. He was replaced by David Tennant.
He had this big buff with the director.
Listen, he did a Blue Peter appearance, right? And while he was there, they'd announced that David Tennant had been chosen to take over. He didn't even know he was being fired.
I don't know. Is that in his book?
It's true.
Yeah,
I thought he had like a real bust up with the director. And that's why he left.
No. Wasn't that? He wanted to stay. He wanted to do the 3 years. It doesn't matter.
Really?
All actors and actresses have falls out with directors and writers. It happens all the time, right? The thing about it is, you say that he lost confidence. They lost confidence in him. That's why they replaced him. They fired him without they did the job to David Tennant, and they did the same with Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi came out when Chris Chibnall announced that he was the new showrunner. Peter came out and said how he couldn't wait to work with him because he worked with him in Torchwood. 6 weeks later,
he's gone.
And he's gone, and he's crying on the radio.
I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to find.
Right, no problem. Right, let's bring on our next guest, and it's our final guest to make the panel complete tonight, because I'm just at seeing that Malcolm from Geek Union won't be able to make it tonight. But I will be. Listen, after Series 2 finale, I'm going to be taking a little break on the New Who, because I'm going to be changing things up a little bit for the New Who. So I'm going to do that after Series 3. There'll be different panelists. I'll be shifting panelists around to the classic and stuff like that. So because it's just last night's panel when Charlotte was on, it actually gave me an idea. We need someone, especially when we're doing the classic, that hasn't really watched it, and Charlotte is the perfect candidate for that. So she's going to be part of the classic watch along from now on. So I'll have to move someone event, or I'll just have. That's why I'm after this series finale. I'm taking a break on the New Who for a couple of weeks until I figure out.
Oh, that's good for me because not this week. Next week, I can't be around.
I know that. Yeah, that's why I've timed it for your break as well. So yeah, so after the Doomsday, that'll be the last New Who watch along we'll be doing for a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back again then, and hopefully then we'll kick off the special, isn't it? Special first, yeah.
Are we doing the special now, or are we going to do them all over?
Runaway Bride. Well, we're going to be doing.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I'll tell you what. We leave it to the guys. If you want to do the Runaway Bride, or we just continue to do the season, because we are doing the specials. Remember, over the Christmas period, we actually did. No, we'll keep it the way we've been doing it, Rabbi. You're right, because we did say we were doing the Christmas specials at a different time. So we'll be starting off with Smith and Jones when we come back. For the season 3. Let's bring on our last guest. As I said, it's the Wolf and the Storm. Nice to have you here. Can you hear me?
Hey guys. Yeah.
Oh, there.
You're going in and out just a little, but yeah.
Okay, welcome. Nice to have you here.
Can you guys hear me all right?
I'm just going to get the episode ready. Yeah,
we can hear you fine.
Where are you? A bit of a delay.
Where are you from, Wolfenstorm? If you don't mind me asking, I expected you to be English. I'm surprised you're American. I was just taken aback.
I'm in the United. I'm gonna guess it's states, right? It's states, North Carolina specifically.
Oh wow! I drove through there more than once.
Are you guys able to hear me?
Off and on, it's breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I've been online the past week or so. I was out of town because I bringing my kids to visit their dad for a week. So the internet down there was minimal, so I can only get on a little. But I'm back.
Welcome back.
Right, nearly ready, guys. Nearly ready.
Again, no, I can send you a link if you need it.
Oh no, I have it on TV. It's easier if I actually watch it on my PlayStation because I can put
You guys need any tissues?
Do we need to be what? Sorry?
There was no way that I was gonna miss out on this. These 2 episodes break my heart. They shatter me in immeasurable ways, but I love them. Y'all need any tissues?
Like, where were you in life when you first saw this? Wolfenstorm, where were you in life when you?
Let's see, it was 2006.
Yeah.
My daughter was just. My daughter was just born. She was only a couple months old.
Right.
And I had just gotten out of the Navy. So I was kind of trying to get back into civilian life. So yeah. And this was just before I found that I was pregnant with my son. I had them very, very close.
Wow.
So
this sounds like
yeah,
a great
it was a
time
very
anyway.
Cool. Right, I'm watching this.
It was a time of change for me, a time of upheaval. So I guess I could understand.
Yeah, you can relate.
You know,
yeah.
there was a lot of change going on in my personal life, so I kind of depended I kind of depended on the show to not change, so it was difficult for me to lose Rose, but I kind of always had it in the back of my mind. It was well, I kind of always had it in the back of my mind that she, would be back at some point. She was too integral a character to just disappear off the face of the earth.
I thought she was
and then when I found out later on that it was always planned for her to come back.
Shit. What is it playing? Don't be playing.
Well, it didn't take me long to find out that she that they from the get-go that she was always going to come back.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that last scene is David and Billy's finest performance on the show to date, bar none.
I want to get me
bar
sick.
Honestly, after watching this season, I have to say this is my least favorite season of
my favorite.
I just think it's better as it goes along.
Yeah, I agree with you. This used to be this would be a season that I would actually say years ago when people say what was your favorite season.
Yeah, this is what exactly.
I'd mentioned this and 4, but I disagree now. I actually have to say 3 and 4 are probably my favorite out of the RTD era. I think next season is better. Yes, we do have that Dalek 2-parter, but
I like that. I like that 2-parter.
Yeah, it was a good concept. I just think it failed, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a good concept.
Great, but it wasn't. I mean, like, there's so much. I like the design of it.
Yeah,
I love the Art Deco doors open, the Dalek came through, and they just match. Tallulah was like organic to it. Yeah, there's a bunch that didn't really work. The American accents are always a bit dodgy, aren't they? Yeah. They were like, why do English people try? Really, they can do it in America. They just can't do it in England. Big Rich's worst mistakes have been about bad.
You guys
American
talking about the Daleks in. You guys talking about Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks?
That's the one. You're right.
I just assumed that the
Dalek didn't really work.
Had American actors, because I know that there are some American actors. Well, I know that there are some American actors that live and work exclusively out of the UK, so I just assumed that they got some.
I don't know. A lot of them were.
I didn't really think about it.
My daughter's calling.
Although I will say the guy that played the. I will say the guy that played the mob, like the boss, his New York accent was a bit over the top.
Yep.
Right, exactly.
Right, are we all ready to go? Because I know,
but you know what? When it comes to Russell T Davies, to Russell T Davies era, I don't play favorites. I like them all. I don't pick one or the other. If it's Russell, I like it. Good enough for me.
Roy, let's get started, because I know after this watch along, everybody will want to pick up on the news that I put out there today. And obviously, we've been informed that the Fury of the Deep animation trailer is out. So we'll check that out after this watch along as well. But we're going to get straight into it because I don't want us talking for an hour because people are starting to complain. And I have to take what my subscribers say. A few in the chat yesterday weren't happy that we were speaking for over an hour and a half and not actually doing the watch along. So I'm going to, from now on, when Series 3 comes back as well, when we do it, I'm going to be very strict on that actually from now on. If we've anything to discuss that has happened in the Doctor Who fandom or Doctor Who news, we will do it after the fact. Some people come just for the watch alongs. They don't come for the other news. So that has been made very clear to me yesterday. So that's what we'll be doing. So in Series 3, when we do it, there'll be no talk of Jodie Whittaker, Jordan. If we want to talk about that stuff, we'll do it after we do the watch along. So I'm ready to go. Is everybody in the chat ready to go? Get you our copy. I'm watching it on DVD now. Not
I'm
watching
ready.
it on Netflix. I know you're always ready, man. You're like me.
Ready to go.
No, I wasn't ready yesterday. That's why we were late yesterday. That was my fault. But we're ready now. So is everybody in the chat ready? Please let me know if you are ready in the chat, because we're gonna start in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So we've got a good few readies. I'm watching it, as I said, on DVD. It's also available on Netflix, everywhere, I think, and HBO Max, I think, might have it now. Obviously, they do, because they had Whittaker and Matt Split and David and do that interview, because they couldn't let Whittaker do it on her own. She needed 2 men to hold her hand. So yeah, it's on HBO Max as well.
I'm not sure if it's still on Prime now that it went to.
All right, I doubt it's still on Prime. But and some people are saying BBC iPlayer, so you have plenty of options. So we got another minute to go. Another minute. It's sadly not on Netflix in Germany.
I don't think it's on Netflix in Israel either.
Wow, that's mad, isn't it? The way you think if it's on one Netflix, it'd be on them all. But I keep forgetting that different countries, have different rules and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, when Netflix opens a country, it's like they're like an individual business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's what do they call them? It's a franchise.
It's like territory.
Yeah, it's a franchise.
Well, I'm still amazed that Disney Plus didn't roll out to like everywhere at once. They really should have done.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it is not on Netflix.
So, of course, Matrix Lord is coming out, obviously, and saying that the latest nothing has changed as far as he's concerned. So, obviously, he'll do an update video, I'm sure, at some stage during today. But check his video out. As I said, we have different sources. Let's hear what.
Yeah, I just think they'll just look. They're just two different factions.
Yeah, I think exactly. I think that's what might be happening here. See, he's saying Series 12 is done, and it ain't. It's not even filmed yet, so I don't know how you can make. That assumption. I'm not being smart, but Series 12 hasn't filmed. They haven't filmed Series 12.
13, you mean?
So, Series 13. Sorry. Oh yeah, you're not talking about.
Yeah, no, they were supposed to start this month. They're not even close.
No, I picked it up wrong. He's actually talking about the two series that are already done. Yeah, they are done, but I mean that doesn't mean just because they've got them done that see. Look, at the end of the day, he does his source information, and I do mine. We'll find out either way.
We'll find out who wins, and
yeah, it's not about that either. We'll just find out who's correct. But at the moment, look at if I'm going by what I've been told, right? I've got a couple of people backing me up on this, right? And one of them is Gary from Neurotics. He's also said that Whittaker and Chibnall. He said it last night on his stream. They're gone.
Yeah,
unless something changes, right, like it did last year. But they're gone. That's what everybody's being told. Now, of course, Matrix Lord has sources, and he's being told different, right?
The latest I see him saying is New Year's when they air the special.
Right,
listen, I didn't think there'll be another season of Star Trek Discovery, and there is. These things are sent to amaze us.
Yeah, we know the show's commissioned until 2025, but that doesn't mean that Jodie Whittaker is staying.
Again, the story is the new Director General came in and he's changing everything. He's making BBC something that people want again, because soon they're going to choose whether or not they want to buy it, and that's going to be their only funding source. That's what's going on. The time's up. They gone woke and they gone broke. That's exactly what happened. Yeah,
Right, are you ready,
Hey,
John?
no, I'm gonna go in and out real quick to see if I can get this delay to stop.
No problem. No problem. We're gonna just wait before you go.
Give me 2
I'm gonna
seconds.
get Rabbi to do the
In and out.
countdown now to start the episode.
Just tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I think
Okay,
everybody is ready.
we're ready to go already. That's good.
We're ready. We're all ready to go. We just need
Okay.
you.
Oh my God! There's a Twitter thing going with Matrix Lord and Dan. They are going
no,
at it.
I'm just at the popping in there now to say.
Yeah, I'm staying out of that. Yeah,
But they can't honor it. Yeah, well, I'm not saying it to them. It may be commissioned, but they can't honor the contract because of the beer bug. So
I think that's what Tim Davis is going to use to get out of it, or they're going to delay it a year, and then they, and then they have time to get a whole new production team.
look, I know Joe was very passionate about his news, and he'll defend his news out there like I did last year. But at the end of that, and I even said it to him yesterday, we said, look, at the end of the day, none of us know who's right. None of us knows who's wrong either. At the end of the day, we do, but at the end of the day, both of us could be wrong.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
That's the nature of source information. I wouldn't be getting upset because people have believe one bit of rumor than the other. All I just said to people is like, if you do believe Matrix Lord, fine, fair enough. But what I say to everybody is that don't just believe me or believe him. Go out and search everywhere for all the channels that do rumor and speculation, all of those forums that are online, and check it all out before making a decision. At the end of the day, nobody will know until BBC makes something official anyway. So
and even then, till it's on the screen. Fine.
Yeah, let's do it, Bravo. Come on.
Let me have their comments ready.
Is back in. She's back in on time.
There we go.
Let's do it.
Fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And we get that effect shot.
Yeah, straight into the world. Look at that.
And down to London. There we go.
Yeah. Do you remember when Moffat actually did that in his fourth season as well to kind of
I like that to like draw it
TV and himself. That was nice. Yeah. You did. We all met a man called the Doctor, and he changed their life. So, Rose, you're not the only one that's there. This is what current don't get that fans get emotionally.
I love how they did this because I know that voiceovers can.
They said that planet was so expensive,
especially here in this scene. I know voiceovers can be construed as boring, but
short though.
This voiceover really just ingrains in you how close they had become and how much love that there was there. She truly would never have left him, not for anything.
I'll tell you, I'm loving this intro by Russell D. Davies. Russ D. Davies is on total form.
I remember them saying, I remember Russell saying in a behind the scenes interview for this that when they were trying to figure out how they were going to write her out, that they couldn't have it be like how they had done it in the past, where the companion just chooses to leave or they get dumped off.
Right.
That's
yeah.
Her relationship with him had become so entrenched, and they were so in love, but there was no way that she would just walk away from him. It had to be. Right. She literally had to be ripped.
They did one time
away.
and tried it out and haven't done
and
it
I will
again.
never forgive them for not including that cute little scene of them walking together. There's a scene here, a deleted scene, which I have, that shows them walking hand in hand to the flat, and they deleted it. And I'll never forgive them for it. It was so cute.
Yeah.
And it just shows how besotted that man is. Besotted with her.
Yeah.
The man who would never, ever do domestic. He wouldn't even come in the door. Wouldn't even have a cup of tea. Oh, I miss Jackie.
Oh, I love it.
Jackie was great.
Camille Coduri on any CD is always makes me want to buy it from Big Finish.
Yeah, she's actually good in the Captain Jack box set that
I didn't hear that. I didn't get the second one. I got to try that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just so drawn in by this.
Yes,
I'm loving seeing Jackie. I'm loving seeing the Doctor. And this is just I can hear somebody. I think.
And it's
Daniel,
it's so great because the Doctor's not usually surprised by anything.
Yes, it's actually
Doctor's not usually surprised by anything, and even the look on his face, he's like, "What?"
It's actually not bad. It's actually more enjoyable than I remember it so far now, because I used because I used
the way he does the whole thing. It's coming up now in a minute. He does. I'm afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, because I used to find the start bit a bit decent, but now actually going back and watching it just now, I'm drawn in.
Oh, there's Free Benjamin. Just won't buy a thing.
Can I just ask?
God. Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
Can I just ask, when she filmed this, had she already been cast as Martha Jones, or did they cast her because of?
They cast because of this.
I think this was just a test to see if she would be good in the next series. And let me tell you, she passed with him for Iron Killer.
Yeah, it was very good how he did it. He said it was our cousin that was in Canary Wharf. Listen, she was in the part that Friedman is in this story. You got a little glimpse, and she's a great actress. Listen, Martha Jones is underrated as a companion in New Who.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm concerned. I mean, she saved the Doctor. You know, she went around the whole world for a whole year to tell people that the Doctor was a good person. She was telling the story. EastEnders, yeah, that's EastEnders.
This is fantastic. I'm sorry. I love it when Rusty Davis does channel surfing.
I know, yeah.
It's fantastic.
I love when he does that, yeah. It's brilliant.
Although I enjoy Freema Agyeman's performance and Doctor Who, she's actually a lot better in series 2 of Torchwood, because you can see the character.
I would have loved Martha to become a regular on Torchwood, and I thought after Owen died, that's exactly what they should have done. They should have brought Martha in to replace him, but obviously we know what happens with Owen. So
yeah, I get you.
I think the rest of Torchwood would have the later series of Torchwood 3 and 4 would have wound up a lot better if they had gone with the original plan to have Martha and Mickey there.
Oh, really? That was the plan?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know.
Well, that's why they left with Jack at the TARDIS at the end of the season 4 finale.
Remember at the end of he had offered them a job because that was the original plan, was that they were going to go there and take Mickey obviously was going to take Tasha's place and Martha was going to take Owen's place, but it never happened.
Yeah, that'd have been
But that would have been great.
yeah, that'd have been cool if that happened.
Now, everybody watching this at the time, did anybody have any theories what was inside this sphere?
I
When you
can't
were
remember.
watching it at the time, I had loads of different theories. I actually thought it was, if I remember correctly, I think I remember saying I thought it was another Time Lord. You know,
I thought it was Daleks.
so
I thought it was
bad.
Daleks.
You know, a Time Lord that was so bad that they actually had to lock them away in
Well,
that.
it could have been the Master.
Void.
I kind of guessed what it was right away. The only thing I was actually the only thing I was actually surprised by was the amount of Daleks that was in it, because I thought there'd be a lot more Daleks in it.
Yeah, Daleks are a bit of a shot side show in this one, alright.
Yeah,
I mean, you meet the cult of Scarrow here.
yeah.
Right, that's not till the end.
Yeah, well, everybody's seen this now. If you haven't seen this now, where have you been all your life?
I was telling you, the Tortured One audios are pretty good as well from Big Finish.
Are they
Yeah, they're not bad.
are they enjoyable? Because I might get into them and all that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I stopped doing the main Tortured range, but I do like those ones still.
Yeah.
It's basically Yanto and what's the name? Yvonne.
Yeah, Von Hartman.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's a question: not was Freeman cast because of this, but was David Tennant cast because he was in Casanova, which was came out just before Doctor
Yeah,
Who.
I do believe he was cast because of Casanova, because
I
he
think
had
so too.
connection with Russell T, because Russell T obviously had a part in Casanova, so he knew David Tennant. And he knew what he could get out of him.
He cast him in Casanova. Was Russell T Davis subtly trying him out for the Doctor?
I don't know. Could have been.
That could be as well.
Yeah.
They do know that he was. Listen, David Tennant has made no qualms about Peter
Honestly-
Capaldi, that he's a
Honestly,
huge.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So I say he probably met Russell T, and they actually probably.
Honestly,
did
I would not be surprised if it was kind of a. I wouldn't be surprised if it was kind of a subtle audition of sorts. You have to remember, Russell is a lifelong Doctor Who fan. You cannot, when they were on set doing Casanova, that the conversation didn't come up. You got two lifelong Doctor Who fans,
You're right.
one of whose dream it was to play Doctor Who.
Well,
So that they must have talked about it. So obviously, I am fairly certain that Russell had it.
Oh, you are going, darling. Yeah, it won the production notes that Russell wrote for Doctor Who magazine.
I am certain Russell had it.
Yeah, he said that that sort of stuff just happens when you have Doctor Who fans together. Like him and David Tennant were talking. Yeah, just talk about Face of Evil. It's
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just glad that she got.
So I have to believe that he had it in the back of his mind that he wanted David in it.
Right, there seems to be a bit
I honestly believe that if the believe that if the BBC hadn't convinced him to cast Christopher Eccleston, not that he's bad. I love the Ninth Doctor to bits. I think he would have probably taken it upon himself to cast David regardless. But it just didn't turn out that particular way.
I like this. I love that line Jackie just said. You're always doing this, reducing things to science.
I know.
Why can't
I think it's horrific on our face. But this is where
Jackie
realizes. This is where Jackie realizes that our daughter is the mirror image of the Doctor now.
Yeah.
Right, there's just not been a huge explosion here.
Mm.
Not fireworks, like I mean. We don't have real explosions, you know what I mean? But yeah, Ted is not.
Ted is not happy about it.
He's not happy. That was him just barking there 'cause there was a big, huge explosion outside my window. Oh, and also the local football team is training outside as well, so that doesn't help. It was so obvious it was the Cybermen.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what?
But still, yeah.
I love how they get him.
You kind of knew they're coming back.
Mm.
Yeah, I kind of thought the Daleks were coming back though because they had this award show where they had a black Dalek
I
on it.
love this right here where he's, you know.
See, here's the conversation.
Yeah.
Now.
I just love when the Doctor gets into his gadgets and gets all, you know, geek. He never seems to do it enough when he's inventing things or good. That's when he's at his best.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my favorite Doctor with gadgets is Patrick Troughton in Caesar Death. When he's got the little like mirror things to kill the Ice Warriors with. And I like the chase scene in Caesar Death. I know everybody hates. I love that chase scene.
Rob, just because we had a bit of a confusion last night of what the next classic story was.
It is the demons, and hopefully the trailer will be ready tomorrow.
No problem. Right, so there you go. You know, people wanted to know what the hashtag was. It says, we leave that to Rabbi because Rabbi.
What would it be?
And also
about these hashtags.
Azal rises, something like that.
Someone came up with a few people. If there was anybody in here last night,
I also love the scene between Jackie.
Please do pour it down in the chat. Sorry about that, Wolfenstorm. There's about.
I love the scene between Rose and Jackie because I just really love the scene between Rose and Jackie because for so long Jackie was always afraid that her daughter was going to become someone that she didn't really know anymore because of her travels. But she became better, you know, for having known him, and I think Jackie came to realize that because she could have told her, you know, after she became separated from the Doctor that she just needed to let it go and move on, but you know, I think she came to realize that Rose wouldn't be able to be who she was or have a sense of completeness without him in her life. I get that she was afraid. I mean, as a mother, I get that fear, but you know, I think it was just a hard time.
But this is totally ripped. I didn't realize these was totally ripped off in Spyful, right?
Yeah,
I didn't realize how oh man, what a rip off.
Well, listen, if everybody hasn't figured out that that's what Chris Chibnall does now, like. Where
Come on. So blatant. I can't believe I didn't see it.
I know, because that's how and he doesn't care.
I know,
He actually doesn't care. And you know what? He's belittling the work of the two former showrunners. And I'm telling you now, listen, I definitely believe in the rumor where I was told that there's different factions fighting for Doctor Who. I well believe it.
I think it's for the BBC. I think they're actually fighting for the BBC, and they're not fighting. This is what I think is happening. I think the woke BBC, they're like they've lost, and this is like a rearguard action. They're like doing whatever they can to save themselves. All Tim Davies needs to start doing is like a couple of major firings. Everyone's going to fall in line, and there's going to be a lot of firings. A lot of waste is going to go. A lot of the fat is going to be trimmed.
Well, in fairness, they should start with the Doctor Who production team and anybody associated with it, including with the magazine that have slated this fandom. You know who I'm talking about. It should be all sacked. Every single one of them.
Well, I mean, listen, was it? Oh, it reminds me. After this, I've got to make an announcement from the former from an artist from Doctor Who Adventures.
Hold on, Rabbi, because there seems to be a delay on Wolfenstorm's.
Right,
yeah. Go ahead, Wolfenstorm.
I have have such a deep love for this console room. I can't even tell you, and I miss it like a limb. I swear. I didn't particularly enjoy 11's console room. I was okay with 12's because it was mostly just the same as 11's. I hate 13's. I think it looks like shit. I miss this console room. It's just, I know it's organic and a bit crumbly and very time worn, but I think it's beautiful.
So there you go.
I miss it.
Just to add on to some of the news that I was speaking about earlier on. So Eddie Ascaro's just put up on his Twitter account. Someone asked if they can make EastEnders under COVID conditions while filming with perspex screens, special effects, and bodybuilders, and why can't they make a new series of Doctor Who? And this was
that's a good point.
Eddie's response is because it's postponed. And he's listening because it's postponed pending a review.
How does he know that? Where did he hear that?
Yeah, and this show is a much bigger scale than a soap opera.
Eddie used to do stuff for BBC. He also wrote a book about the classic companions and did interviews with classic companions. Eddie has more believe it or not, Eddie, out of all the people, even me sources, if I go to Eddie after I get source information and say, what do you think of this? And if he tells me there's some truth in it, that's when I go with the information, because Eddie was in the inside at one stage and still has his connect, and he still gets embargoed press releases. So when Eddie says something on Twitter, sit up and take notice. I should have told that to everybody a year ago. But, well, I have been telling people. Why do you think I tell people to subscribe to his channel? If Eddie comes out with something like that, you take notice. Because Eddie, like Philip Morris, did stuff for the BBC. And as I said, he's...
listen, it strikes me that the way the change is really hitting.
So I think it's going to happen.
I think so too. I think the problem was just the beginning.
For once now, I'm actually optimistic this time. I'm actually really optimistic this time because, listen, even if we were to forget about the rumors, even Rabbi will tell you, look at the facts. The facts don't justify keeping the two of them any longer. But getting back to this is where we find out Torchwood exists. And for people, and I remember at the time, it was actually so funny because when I was looking at Torchwood, I even said to my brothers, that's Doctor Who. You can spell Doctor Who in that when I watched it at the time. And I remember the people thought that this was amazing. It wasn't really that amazing. All he did was did an anagram. Like, what's amazing about that? But very clever, though. But just goes to show you he was thinking all the time, Russell T. You know, he always had these, bad wolf and all. What's wrong? Why'd you keep coming in?
Because I keep asking in the chat where we are. Because I'm trying to watch it in there for the sound, and I don't.
Oh, you're on.
Answered me.
Right, hang on. I'll tell you now. Well, why didn't you text me then? Alonso, no, we've nobody called Alonso.
I didn't particularly like Yvonne, but I understand that she thinks she's doing what she believes is right, I guess. But
Rabbi,
I'll say one thing: the actress is totally into the character. That's
21:42.
21:42, Cheryl.
This is very reminiscent of Utah, and you can tell by his reactions as they're walking him through here that he's getting increasingly nervous because he knows what happens when humans get their hands on things they shouldn't get their hands on, specifically the TARDIS.
Yeah, well, they never do get inside the TARDIS. That's the thing. Yeah.
You can't because the force field.
But again,
unless you have a key.
It's funny that I think
even if they could never fly it.
Sorry, Rabbi. The Wolf of the Storm was saying something there. Go ahead, Rabbi. There is this delay, so if we can just, I don't know how we're going to do it because it's going to be it's very hard to kind of know when she's gonna talk.
I know.
So I'm just trying, like yourself, I'm just trying to get in there when there's a bit of quiet. I think it's about 8 seconds, so I think if we count 8 seconds in our head.
Is it really bad?
Yeah, it is.
Is it really bad?
Is. Yeah, she is. See, you'll say something, and then Rabbi will talk over you, or I will talk over you, or Daniel will talk over you because there's a delay. So we'll start saying something, but you're saying something at the same time, but you've obviously said it 8 seconds beforehand, but because there's a delay, it seems like we're cutting over each other all the time.
I just think it's funny that they think that they can do something with his TARDIS. I'm like, there's no way. I mean, even if you could get inside it, you will never fly it. It's impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
Because only he can.
Yep.
How long is it?
It's literally bonded to him. No one else can fly it.
No, was this guy in EastEnders now at the time? At this time, or was he out?
No, he had left EastEnders. No, he was gone. I used to watch EastEnders when he was in it. He was actually very good in EastEnders, actually. So
was he the gay one who got married?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was.
I love that storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, that is him.
I actually can't take him seriously as a scientist in this, though, because obviously I did see him on EastEnders, and you know, when I see him in that, I just can't take him seriously. Torchwood was an anagram, came from the name.
You know, I'll be honest. When I first saw the orb's color, I kind of had it in the back of my mind that I knew what was going to be inside. And then when you look at this background right here, I was like, yeah, it's probably the Daleks.
It says Torchwood is an anagram, came from the name of the 4 series of New Who to hide when scripts really were for. All right, so basically they used the anagram to hide the fact that they were filming Doctor Who, and they gave it a. I get it.
Like Blue Harvest, right?
I get it. Yep. So, Daniel, how are you feeling about the story so far?
Actually, I'm enjoying it. I'm so fun.
It is, isn't it? Do you know what?
It's so engrossing.
I'm actually finding this a lot better than I thought, because, as you all know, this is not my favorite 2-parter. Because
but it's better than I remember. I'm really into it.
That's what I mean. Is it because, though, right? And I have to play devil's advocate here. Is it because we've gotten 2 seasons of pure rubbish that makes this better?
Really good. This every character you're interested in, every character you care about, and only if you've seen them for a few seconds. I don't know how he does it, but he makes you care about everyone on the screen. And this is I'm going to say this is real classic Doctor Who.
No, you're right. I agree, because even the head of Torchwood there, like, you do feel sorry for her.
That's because that's what Russell does best.
And I do think it's because we've had
That's what Russell does best. He knows how to develop characters, and he knows how to world build.
I do think it's because we've had like 2 extremely bad series that it does kind of elevate episodes that you didn't really enjoy before.
But again, this era is so unique because it's like it's really Rusty David does family dramas, and really well, it makes families of people that you just fall in love with. But it's very Doctor Who-y as well. I mean, I guess I'm surprised how much I'm enjoying this. I like the sarcophagus. Do you reckon that's Sutek?
One of the things that used to drive me nuts, it still does, about the Doctor, is the fact that he's always trying to impress upon humans how much danger they're in when they mess around with things they shouldn't be messing around with, and the way that he just describes it in detail as being as dangerous as it is, like how he describes the void as hell. And the humans just don't take him seriously. Like they know that he is a brilliant scientific mind, that he's someone to be feared. But when he's talking to them and telling them that what they're doing is dangerous and they need to stop, they won't listen. It irritates me to no end. Oh, that's a wall that's going to haunt him for the rest of his lives.
Yeah. And you get,
anyway, I can tell you that whole scene, man, should be wiped from history. Get away. Right? He lost Rose, yeah, and then they go on this ridiculous 20-minute thing where she's having a dream, she can hear his voice, and then they go to this beach, and it just happens to be called Bad Wolf Bay, and then they stand there, and the doctor goes and tries to confess his love to Rose. No, hate it. Doctor, no hanky-panky in the TARDIS. No hanky-panky in the TARDIS. I'm sorry.
No, just wait this time and see how you feel.
And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what annoys me about the finale as well. No, I agree with you. No,
he drags it out. Listen, her dad said she's locked in the parallel world. They both put their heads up against the wall. Done. Right? We didn't need the whole dream sequence or the whole thing where she's lying in bed and she's hearing the doctor calling her and then she ends up on the beach. There was no need for all of that. There was no need. That's why I don't like this finale. No hanky-panky in the TARDIS. I don't care if the doctor is a woman or a man. No hanky-panky. It takes away from the doctor's character.
Yes, getting it together.
Because when the doctor starts getting into romantic relationships,
look, that's you have to understand.
Someone always ends up dying on him, right? When he gets involved.
Look, I know in the past in classic, it might not have seemed like it would make much sense, but the way that Russell developed it here, he developed it in such a way that it made sense for this to happen psychologically and emotionally. You have to consider the state the doctor was in when he met her. He was a mess who was looking for any way possible to die.
Listen, I agree with you that it knew who it
so she kind of she saved him in so many ways.
I don't agree with her. It's where I stand. I don't. I just don't.
And because he lost his people, but because he lost all his people and he was really truly alone, he attached himself to his companions in much stronger ways than he had before, especially Rose, because she was the first one that he traveled with after the Time War. She saved his soul. Yeah, like I guarantee you, if he hadn't met her, he would have died. He literally didn't care.
Incarnation, this one time he did fall in love. But you know what? I have to tell you, the people making Doctor Who also disagree about it. Julie Garner says that he loved her, where Phil Collinson says he doesn't. So even the production team disagrees about this.
Yeah, it'll be one of those that fans will either be okay with it or not be okay with it. I'll never be okay with it because I think it changes the dynamic. But I do get why fans of the new era kind of don't mind this as much. But for me, I'm a purist when it comes to that. I don't think that it ruins the dynamic. It takes away the Doctor and his companion. That's a special relationship, and it shouldn't be tainted by romantic love.
One season. Let it up, Mr. Grumpy.
There wasn't one season. Every bleeding companion nearly fell in love with him.
Okay. Martha made goo-goo eyes at him, but he wasn't interested, and he was just like still pining for Rose. Then Donna had no interest.
Yeah. We also had Cleopatra. We had River Song.
That was Matt Smith era. That was a different era.
Right. We also had
River Song. I guess. Yeah.
You know?
Cleopatra was more when I ended up with what's his name, the hunter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. Just for me, it doesn't work. You know.
Yeah.
And I will agree with Wolfenstorm. Russell T does have a way of doing it that made it great. I'm not going to lie, but for me, I don't think that we should have went down that route because it opens up.
It
obviously,
would only have worked in
nonsense now. You know, if they hadn't have done it, there would be none of this nonsense going on about
bringing
Martha and not Martha, Manip and feckin' Jodie Whittaker. None of that would be going on if there was no romantic attachment between the Doctor and companion.
Bringing in the
I'm so happy to see him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Wolfenstein.
Inventing this whole plot thing about the Time War makes it make sense. If he had not made the Time War thing, and the show started up with then yeah, I could see that it probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, but you see, I think
because he wouldn't have necessarily needed that attachment.
Yeah,
but because of the Time War, and because of his people, he literally crawled inside of her like she had become his everything.
Yeah, and but you're forgetting one thing. They erased that.
When he lost her, he just lost himself.
Right, but see, here's the thing though, right? They erased it when the Doctor changed the history.
Okay, guys, you're coming up to the finale, the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
we know it's a Dalek. Great, whip-de-doo that.
Okay, you're very grumpy. It's a good.
I don't know how they didn't realize that this was a Cyberman thing. I mean, the earbuds should have given it away.
Actually,
Totally.
this is the cliffhanger. Yeah, this is where the Cybermen come through first, and then the Dalek.
Right, but it's a long build up to it.
They're overriding the system. Go shift. Well, anyway, all of that romantic business was erased when the War Doctor, and the other Doctors got together and they changed history and they saved Gallifrey. So if they saved Gallifrey, then the Ninth Doctor wouldn't have basically done all the things that he done.
No, he did. He did
because he forgot. Sorry, you're right. He forgot. He did. He forgot. I forgot that. Yes, he forgot. Damn. But still, I don't like it. Never have and never will like a romance between the Doctor and companion. Oh, I love when he takes this out of our ear.
Oh, yes.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
That is horrible. Imagine, though, pulling that out of your brain.
Oh, that's gassy.
Yeah, I have to tell you, this is where David Tennant becomes the Doctor for me.
Yeah, when he's not acting the clown. When
I'm like
this, I buy him as the Doctor.
Right.
And that's the way I wanted him. When I seen Christmas Invasion and he threw the Satsuma and he says, I'm that kind of man, no second chances. That's the Doctor I wanted Tennant to be.
Right.
But he wasn't. And there's Mickey. And see, that's how your character developed, Chibnall. See there?
Yeah, he's great.
Exactly, and you're happy to see him as well.
But I suppose, I wonder if Noel Clarke had a problem with the production team back in the day now that he has problems with white people.
Oh, who knows? Oh, blimey.
Who knows? No, who knows?
I'm actually very disappointed in him, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, same.
He didn't need to do something like that. And the thing about it is that kind of pisses me off is he got inexperienced people in because he wasn't happy that the crew happened to be mostly white. I mean, you get in the best person for the job, Noel. You're an actor, a writer yourself, and you know yourself you must get the best people in for a project to succeed. And the fact that you're virtual signaling like the rest of them, I think the timing as well. If you had a problem with it before, I'd have no problem if you came out in 2005 or when you were in Doctor Who or you were doing other shows. But the fact that you've only come out about it now recently, like the rest of the morons out there, that's why
Yeah, it makes you lose credibility.
Yeah. But I still love him in this. I still love his character, and I'm not going to stop hating his character because I don't like his political beliefs. Right? He can act. The difference is
Yeah.
the reason I don't
Honestly,
like
I don't like David Tennant's political beliefs either.
Yeah.
Look at how confident he is.
You know, I just really love Mickey's journey here and how far
Yep.
he's come
Yeah.
from when we first met him, and they, you know, he was a
To now.
coward and the tin dog, and he's finally found this version of who he is that he's happy with. He's comfortable in his own skin, and he's become, you know, better. I love these Cybermen. Oh, they are my favorite, absolute favorite.
Oh, again, the Cyberman design that I'm not really fond of, but they do the job, don't they? Do you know what I don't like about them? He didn't have to do the clicky noise when
See,
they
that's
walk.
that's
what I like
annoying.
about them. I like the clicky noise.
I hate that noise. It's annoying.
Yeah, see,
I
that's what
kind of,
everyone's going to
I
have
like
different.
it kind of puts you off them.
It does. For me, it does, yeah.
I like this I like this version of the Cybermen because when they're on screen, I see them as a credible threat. The other ones just never felt to me very threatening. I don't know if maybe that's because the outfits were different or it's kind of cheesy looking, but these ones always felt to me like a threat, like they were really dangerous.
I don't know. I prefer the classic Cybermen. I think they're more terrifying. I mean, watch Tomb of the Cybermen and watch them come out.
Yeah, the two
you
of
know,
the Cybermen, the ones are the best.
that's scary. If that doesn't scare the crap out of you, people have asked me what was one of the most
I
scariest.
like
That's up there. Tomb of the Cybermen is up there as one of the scariest. I'm telling you that whole sequence, that whole scene, that's Cybermen. These. Yeah, they're Cybermen, but they're Cybermen in new. That's why I love. Do you know why I don't like? Do you know why I don't really mind them as much? Because Russell made sure that I made it clear that they're a parallel universe Cyberman.
Yeah.
Right? That remember one thing, we have never seen in New Who the Cybermen of this world.
No, yes, we have.
No, we haven't.
That happened when they lost the C from the chest. That's when they came from our universe.
What scene?
The C, you know, the Cybers Industries, that C that's on their chest.
Right.
When that vanished, they said, "Oh yeah, now they're from our universe."
Oh, do they? I didn't notice that. So they lose the C later on.
Yeah. I think it's essentially they have it for the Rusty Davis era. They're all these Cybers ones,
right?
But then as soon as Moffat comes in, it becomes the local ones.
Right. Let's see.
Oh, here we go.
Moffat Cybermen. Right. Let's see. I've never noticed that.
Yeah, same.
Mickey Smith, Defender of the Earth.
Sorry, not Cybermen.
This is not of our design. This is actually a great cliffhanger.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just pure Doctor Who.
Oh, you're right. They do lose the C. They have a blue light instead.
So tense and like you're so worked up. What are they? What are they?
Yeah. I still prefer the Medasian Cybermen any day of the week.
Yeah,
Well, when they
same.
came out not twice one at a time.
But they knew they were fun.
Great cliffhanger. Great episode. I'm giving that a 9.5.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm gonna revise me.
That gets a real reward.
I was actually going to give this a 7 at the start.
Right.
Because,
I was about that.
You all know the last 2 weeks I've been telling you that I haven't been looking forward to this. It's not my favorite, but after watching it a second time now, well, not a second time, but after watching it now,
right,
I can honestly say that this part one of the 2-part finale, was a lot better than I expected. So for that, it gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Oh, got the trailer. Hang on.
So he's on the trailer there. I didn't put the trailer on, but go ahead, Rabbi, knock yourself out. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So guys in the chat, do me a favor, get you our ratings in, and we will go around the whole panel as we always do. And because Wolfenstorm has the delay, we'll let Wolfenstorm go first. So if you'd like to give your rating, and also if you'd like to tell me very briefly what your favorite parts of this episode actually were, and what your the parts that you didn't like, if you want. So go ahead there, Wolfenstorm.
My rating for this is definitely 9.5. I've always loved this two-parter, loved and hated in equal measures, of course, because we lose Rose at the end. But my favorite parts of the episode is when he builds the ghost trap. I love that whole homage to Ghostbusters. I love seeing when the Doctor gets, tech geek and builds things. We don't get to see that nearly enough. I love the initial entrance when they go into Jackie's flat, because it just really shows how domestic he's become, and how much they become this family that he chose and that he loves. I love his reactions when he's being toured through Torchwood and he's getting, because he's like, this is not good. And one of my favorite scenes is when he's trying to explain to Yvonne what will happen if she keeps doing the ghost shifts, when he puts the cracks in the glass and then he taps it with his finger and the whole thing just
that was great.
glows. That was great. I think some of the directorial some of the choices that they made in this were just absolutely great. I love the tenseness, because you know what's coming out of the void ship. Of course, I love the Cybermen. I love Mickey's arc. There really wasn't much to hate in this episode. This has always been really good. The only thing I don't really like is Yvonne. She irritates the shit out of me because she's just so stupid. I get that she's doing what she can for Queen and Country, but she's not listening to him when he's telling her that she's making a mistake. And when she's so in awe of the Doctor, but even with this awe and this knowledge that he's that he has all this knowledge of time and space, you would think that she would want to listen to him more, but she's just kind of she doesn't listen to anything that he's trying to tell her, and as a result of her stupidity, all this happens.
I just want to ask, before we go on to the next review, I just want to ask people in the chat, has anybody seen Cheryl in the chat? Because she's telling me that she's at the bin writing in the chat, but I can't see her name in the chat. Has anybody seen a message from Cheryl in the chat? Because I haven't. I'm just at the telling her there. She says nobody has responded to me. I says nobody's seen your comment.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing it.
I've not seen it either.
No, it's not coming up. What did you say anyway?
I've written 20 comments.
No, you're not coming up at all. What are you down on, the Cheryl or the wife?
The wife.
No, you're not coming up as the wife.
So I got blocked from your channel.
You either got blocked from your channel, or you've been ghosted. There's a 6 out of 10, not a Tennant fan. I'm not a Tennant fan myself, really. But Derek McManus with a £2 super chat says, keep up the good work. This was a nice surprise. Well, we normally do it on a Sunday, but because it was Cheryl's birthday on Saturday, we pushed everything one day. So it'll be back to normal again. And then Rabbi will be away for a couple of weeks, obviously. And then we'll be back then for Series 3. 9.5 from Matt Jones out of 10. If Davros had come out of the sphere, that was another one of my theories as well. I would have loved to see Davros actually come out of the sphere with a lot of the Daleks, or even with the cult of Scarlet.
Slowly. See, because he knows what he's doing. He built that up slowly over 4 years before he got Davros. And then when he came back, it was super cool.
Chris says, "No, what have you done now? You're blocking your wife along lead to trouble." I didn't block her. I haven't blocked me wife.
I'm seriously.
Right, write in a message now then, and we'll see if you get it. Right, we'll go with Daniel next. Daniel, do you want to give your rating and your opinions on tonight's season finale, part 1?
Okay, well, for the season finale part 1, I'm gonna go. Like I was really pleasantly surprised by this episode, and like the character development, you see like he come back again, and and he got more confident this time as well, and this stuff with Jackie was good, basically, because the scene, because the scene where she tells Rose that she sees a lot of the doctor and her now, and like you can see the kind of panic on her face in that scene. So yeah, character development is really good, and the episode is a lot better than I actually remember it being. So yeah, 9 out of 10. It's just a shame that the next part the next part isn't that enjoyable though, because like as you said earlier, the next part has the scene in the beach, which I don't enjoy either. I think that shouldn't be in Doctor Who either, but that's just my opinion.
Right, thanks for that, Daniel. Cheryl can't even actually get into my stream. I think YouTube has ghosted my stream.
She's got to be able to get into the stream.
No, she's in now, but she couldn't get in it for a few minutes.
I'm not going to show you my chats.
You're too popular, no. That's your problem. You're too popular.
Right, did you send a message there?
Well, no, because I just now could get in.
Right, well, send a message there. We'll see if it pops up. Just say hi or something, right?
Look, you can see me here, though.
Right, yeah, but you could just do it in the chat because I have to get Rabbi's opinion. Okay. Right, Rabbi, go ahead.
Actually, I've got a bunch of stuff I need to talk about as well.
I know. Okay. We're obviously going to do that after this watch along.
Right, but like I got to get to bed, and it's like we got to do the competition. Got to get next prize, and I got this really cool thing I got to show you guys.
No problem. And we do the Fury the Deep trailer, and then if you want to leave, then you can head off. Then, yeah.
All right, sounds good. Fine. So this for me is getting a 9.5 because it was unexpectedly enjoyable. It is again so uniquely Russell T Davies Doctor Who. It is wonderful family drama with Daleks and Cybermen and the Doctor, essentially, and I just love it. It's the only time you ever see this type of Doctor is these like 4 years, right? It's basically the only time you get to see Doctor Who like this. It's a wonderful era, and I think this is a great example of it.
Brilliant. Cheryl has sent the message. It hasn't come through, but we have a £5 super chat by Nicholas Hart. He says, I hope someday that the Dalek master plan and evil of the Daleks gets restored. Don't we all?
Yep.
And hopefully it does happen. Listen, I honestly do believe that they tracked all of them down. I think it's a matter of money. Which I think BBC will be willing to pay now because of the current state of the show. But let's put on the screen. Rabbi has the show is on the screen. Thank you for that super chat, Nicholas. Really appreciate it. But here's what. So that's Peter Capaldi, Matt Smith, and David Tennant.
Fine. So let me explain what this is. I did a stream last week with this guy called Russ Leach, who used to be the artist on Doctor Who Adventures, right? He was on my channel because he's got an Indiegogo going on, which looks really cool, right? This like all ages, like fun graphic novel, and I didn't know he was the artist on Doctor Who Adventures, and he didn't know I was into Doctor Who. So on the stream, I was saying, "Well, do you have a perk that you can add in for Doctor Who fans?" So if you go and back his Indiegogo campaign, I'll put the link in the chat. This is a secret tier. This is a secret tier that you're the only people who can get this. So you get this big A3 print. You get is this one A3? I can't remember. It says on it there, but you get these two exclusive pieces of artwork. You get artwork from the comic, and there's some really nice pieces, and they're signed by both him and the writer. The writer who happened to be Andrew Cartmel. Isn't this a great page?
Yeah.
It looks brilliant. And
So you get all this, and it's like only like $10 more than the standard campaign. So here, what's it? I'm going to show you the campaign page, and then I'm going to go to the chat, and I'm going to put the link in. Again, secret perk. When you go to the link, you get the secret Doctor Who bundle, which gives you the graphic novel, 80 pages. It's background. You get 6 pages throughout. So bunch of excellent. It's basically about death is a superhero in it, and it's really kind of a cool death. You know, it's like kind of a bit retro, but it's all ages. It looks really fun. Anyway, so with this perk, you get that poster, the other full color poster, black and white print, and again, it's all signed by him and Andrew Cartmel, which I think is pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let me just pull
it looks fantastic, I have to say.
And I'll put it in the chat. We'll do the competition if you're ready for it.
Oh, there you go. So Teddy, that's Cheryl now as Teddy Terrier Tales. So she can write in as that, but for some weird reason she can't write in as the wife. So I'll have to actually check that. Oh, I didn't block you though. That's the thing. Why would I block me wife? Well, yeah, you're lippy, but I wouldn't block you. It's grand. If I thought you were too lippy, I'll just super glue you. I'm out together. Oh, I should that now.
I was so confused. I was like, why won't anyone tell me the timestamp?
Yeah, well, that's why we couldn't.
I'm like, hello, my dear.
That looks fantastic. What's this now you're going to show us? Now, can you play are you playing a trailer there? I thought you were going to play a trailer.
Oh, no. I was going to do the competition next and show you what the prizes for next week.
Right, well, you do the competition, and I'm going to get up Fury of the Deep's new trailer.
Fine. So first here, if you can share the screen, this is next week's prize. You get 2 things in next week's prize.
Right, hold on. I'm about to share it now. There you go.
So you get 2 things in next week's prize. This really cool graphic novel called Scarlet Tracers. So what this is, it's a very stylized sequel to War of the Worlds, and so basically Britain harvests all the Martian technology, and you get to see what kind of weird steampunk world that makes. But it's just like gorgeous artwork, really really unique. I just love this guy's style.
Oh,
here, this is the tripods from War of the Worlds. And it's like a real mashup of all like everything genre. You know, there's got Quatermass in there. It's got all kinds of things. So there's that. You get that. Plus, let me take this on screen. You get this thing. This thing I've never played. I was given it because I have a neighbor who owns a toy company, and he goes to toy fairs, and he always brings me back to stuff. This is a Doctor Who card game. I don't even know how to play it, but you get both things. I got to think of a hashtag. When I'm thinking of it, let's do the prize draw for the prize this week, which was Talons of Weng Chiang. Talons of Weng Chiang. The prize is. Let me look at the list. We'll go for Julian S. Julian S. Are you in the chat tonight, Julian S? Because you have won the Talons of Weng Chiang. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh, yeah, that's Cliff Richard, by the way, guys. Yeah. You don't know who he is, but yeah, he's a singer. Yeah. Right. I've got the trailer. Would everybody like to see the trailer?
Yeah.
My first time watching it as well, so I'll be reacting like the rest of you. Now, I know some of you will want to probably keep quiet during this, but I'll encourage everybody on the panel to actually talk through it, if you know what I mean, so we don't get any sort of copyright strike. So I'm about to play it now. This is Fury of the Deep. Actually, I looked at the first 10 seconds. The animation actually looks brilliant on this, I have to be honest. Well, here we go. So we got someone's eyes closing there. And
Would someone kindly tell us
Dude.
where we are, please? We're on the beach by the pipeline in a restricted area now. Why? I heard a movement coming from inside the pipes. A movement? There was something inside that tube because I heard it too.
So did I.
It'd be better in black and white, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being curious. There's something very strange going on here.
But what?
I'm trying to decide which one I prefer, this one or the. This is a very different style.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I'm
backward.
actually liking the animation in this one though, because you know, I've been very critical of the animation, to be quite honest with you.
Emanates from this weed.
This one's a bit more like Archer.
Yep.
Yes, this is a struggle for
Although
power.
it's a little bit more. The faces are pretty expressive. You just got to kind of get used to it, I think.
Yeah.
Money like that.
Wow, I'm actually liking this.
Yeah, that's really
Oh,
good
cool,
on
cool.
the
One of my
main.
favorite scenes.
Oh,
Piece of happiness.
I can't wait for this.
That is excellent.
I
Okay,
cannot
so,
wait
so
for
this
this.
is unless you're buying your own copy, this is what you got to do. You got to wait for it to be shipped to Dan, and Dan's going to ship it to me, and then I'll put it on my server for you guys.
So there you go. How do you all
That is
feel about
cool.
that? I'm actually liking that animation.
Yeah, I'm pretty enthused.
I'm actually liking it. I have to say, can't wait for that story. And I do know actually that I do know someone that is getting the opportunity to actually watch a special screening of this. For obviously, it's reviewed by critics and journalists, and there will be a screening of this. And someone that we all know actually won't mention their name because they probably won't me to mention their name, but they have actually gotten an opportunity to go and see this. So they will let me know if it's any good. But that animation compared to the animation that we've gotten so far, I think this one seems to be, by looking at the few minutes that we have, seems to be very good. And it'll be better in black and white. Remember, you know, when Rabbi sends me them, I always watch them in black and white anyway. Because black and white, it's because of the era, it's Troughton, so it should be in black and white, in my opinion.
I can't watch them in color.
Yeah, so I watch them in black and white. Don't get me wrong, I have watched them in color, but I do prefer them in black and white. I'm with Rabbi on that one, to be honest.
I know. I'm gonna have to go. I'm just going.
No
The
problem.
hashtag to win the prize this week is going to be Mars Attacks. Hashtag Mars Attacks.
Right, there you go. Hashtag Mars Attacks is, and that will be next Saturday. Next Sunday. Tune in when we will be announcing the winner, and that'll be the end of the new Who Watch Along for a couple of weeks next week as well. Remember, after the series finale, we'll be taking a couple of weeks break, and then we'll be back with season 3. And then we can't wait because season 3, actually, I love Martha Jones. So, and I do like the Shakespeare Code as well. Smith Jones.
I listen. I like that.
Yeah.
The Shakespeare Code is good.
Yeah, I love it. So, you know, it starts off well, in my opinion, Smith and Jones, and then you have the Shakespeare Code. So I think season 3 starts off with a bit of a bang. The only thing is, right, is season 3 did suffer a little bit because obviously Rose was the first companion. She had left, and, you know, the fans were still reeling that Rose had gone. So Friedman had a very hard job in trying to win over fans. And I'm not necessarily convinced that she did overall, to be quite honest. She won me over. But I still think to this day, there's some out there in the fandom that don't like her and don't think she was a good companion. I would disagree with that wholeheartedly. I think She was a fantastic companion. I'd even go further and say that she was a better companion than Billie Piper. But that's just my opinion. You know, someone will say that Rose was better than Martha. I don't think so. I mean, you put those two in an identical situation, and Martha Jones would survive. Rose wouldn't. I'm sorry.
Well-
Rose just doesn't have it like Martha has it. Martha kicks ass. And that's where I stand on Martha.
Well, you know, coming from someone who's a big, huge Rose fan.
No problem, Rabbi. No problem. You go ahead. Do you want to give your shout outs before you leave?
Listen, again, don't forget the hashtag Mars Attacks on my videos from tomorrow, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing stuff on.
Whatever it is, it'll be a whopper anyway. Go and check out his channel anyway. Rabbi has multiple videos daily, and there'll be something there for you all. Just
something for everyone. You never know what you're going to find. Hey, good night.
Good night, Rabbi. Good night. Nice to have you here. Right, folks, we're nearly finished here. Anyway, you're not alone, Noel. I think Martha was better companion than Rose, says Chris, the head mod, the boss man.
Honestly, you know, I had no problem with Martha. This is coming from Stowe, who's a huge Rose fan. I just think she got short shrift because, you know, again, as you said, people were still reeling from losing Rose. And I never liked the fact that Russell decided to write in this whole idea that she was making goo-goo eyes for the doctor after meeting him one time. And I know that he probably shouldn't have kissed her when he did in the episode, but he explained that he did it to buy himself time to get away from the threat, and she took it the wrong way. I just wish that they hadn't even done that at all, and because it just made it seem like she was, you know, immediately falling for him after just, you know, one time. And it's like, I wish that they had never put in that whole through line of her having a thing for him, because it felt to me like it just diminished her. She didn't need that. She was a perfectly good companion on her own without this whole idea that she was falling in love with him, and it honestly made him look bad for you know, apparently treating her like crap. And I don't think he meant to. Honestly, don't think he treated her badly. He was just in a really bad place, and he didn't see it, you know.
Gridlock is underrated, says
I agree, man.
I 100% agree with you on that one as well. I mean, look, I love Gridlock. I think that's a great story. What's there not to love? Talking bloody cats. Come on. And it's also got Doodle in it from Father Ted. So what isn't there to like? It's brilliant. I love that whole mood thing. It was a great concept, actually. Now, I would have loved it to be a two-parter, because I would have loved to see the Doctor and Martha actually in the city as it's empty and trying to figure it out. But it turned out great either way, and he does have that little heart-to-heart with Martha in that episode. And that's the episode he makes up to Martha in. He basically pours his heart out and he tells Martha that he lost these people, and this is why he does what he does, and he has the speed, and it's a lovely little moment. So, I mean, the way he talks about Gallifrey, especially David Tennant's Doctor, always got to me, because you could see, you know, because the acting's so great, you could see that the guy genuinely, you know, you believed him when he told you his planet and his people were gone, and you felt for him. And, you know, we're not getting that now. I mean, they destroyed Gallifrey this time around. I remember everybody's reaction. It wasn't, oh, Gallifrey is gone. Everybody was like, again, like, yeah. Right. I think we're done, because to be honest with you, I've done 2 streams now. One has caused absolute anarchy, and this one, I'm sure. This one, Cheryl couldn't get into it for some weird reason, which I'll have to check out. But yeah, it's been an interesting one. Don't forget though, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the panel. I will let the panel all do their little shout outs now in a second. But don't forget the latest rumor videos that I have done. If you wouldn't mind sharing them and getting them out there in the public. You know, I want a debate to happen anyway. So let people debate me rumors and let's see where people fall on it. All I will say is this, is that until officially confirmed by BBC, any of the news that anybody's hearing from any sources has to be taken with a pinch of salt. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're right, but it doesn't also mean that we're necessarily wrong. So what I would say to you is there's going to be, hopefully, the next few weeks now, we're going to start getting little trickles, little nuggets of information. So stay tuned to the Target Room and all of those other YouTube channels that do source information. Check them all out, I would suggest, so you can make, so you can come up with your own theories, basically, and use our own opinions about it. So that's me. I'm back to usual days. I do have up on Twitter now, actually. If I don't know if you want me to do a panel on Wednesday, so I've given you the choice. So the power is in your hands on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, there's a poll. And the poll is as simple as this. Do you want me to do the time machine, right? A movie watch along on Wednesday, or do you want me to do a panel? So far, panel is winning on the poll. So if you want a panel, please vote for panel. If you want me to do the time machine watch along, it's the updated version, by the way. I wanted to do the up version. As you know, I was supposed to do this with Rabbi, but then he did the video. He started doing the video vault himself. So I decided that I'll do it on my channel because he picks movies that are a bit, they're 3.5 hour, 4 hour movie. Yeah. So my movie is only about an hour and 40 minutes or something. So if you want to watch the time machine with me, I know it's on Netflix, by the way, UK. If you want to watch the movie The Time Machine with Samantha Mumba and what's his name, the actor, something Pierce. No, what's his name? What's that actor's name? He looks like your man. What's his face? Batman. Val Kilmer. But it's not Val Kilmer. You're a fella. That looks like Val Kilmer.
In what? What is he in?
What's he in?
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce. You're useless.
I don't know who that is.
She's useless.
That's probably why I got banned.
Useless. Well, you are banned now. Teddy Terrier and Tails is gone as well now for that. Couldn't even tell me the name of an actor. Jesus.
Don't know, yeah.
I worry about it. But Guy Pearce, yeah. But Guy Pearce is in it, and he's very good. I like that version. Listen, it's not great. I put my hands up and say it's not great. Right? It's not the greatest. But for a remake, it wasn't bad. And they did really try their best. And you can see that they did. I mean, the Morlocks in it look great. And I mean, the story is actually not a bad story. But I do prefer the original. But I have a soft spot for the remake, and that's why I wanted to do it. So it's up to yourselves. It's either the Time Machine remake or it's a panel on Wednesday, and you guys get to decide on Twitter. So go and vote, please, and let me know. Also, the Target Zone Talks is back on Friday. So this new format that we're doing, if you want to be come on, it's like the phone-ins that we used to do. We'll obviously be talking the latest news, whatever that may be, or whatever the topic of conversation. If you want to be part of that, don't forget to download StreamYard. It's free. And you get yourselves on for five minutes, get yourself point across. I'm going to get as many people on as possible on a Friday. That's the whole point of this. Get as many of you on different opinions instead of doing a panel, because it's all well and good doing panels, and I will continue to do panels, but I'm doing too many. And the simple fact of the matter is, I've noticed as well that that they seem to all go back to the same topic of conversation. And I really am trying my best to get away from just talking this current era of Doctor Who. So that's why I'm going to be making changes to the panels as well that we have at the moment. I'm going to there's going to be a basically a reformat of the way we do it, because because I'm doing too many panels. That's the bottom line. I have to stop doing all the panels that I'm doing, and concentrate on doing more videos myself. That's the why most of you actually came here to the Tarda Zone to listen to me. It's all great having panels, but when it becomes just all panels, then I feel that people come to listen to me. Yes, they do come to listen to me guests, but they mostly come to listen to me, and I haven't been doing enough streams on my own. So the plan will be to cut back on panels. I still do them, but they won't be a regular occurrence anymore. They won't be every day of the week like I do them. I'll be inviting guests on. I'll be going and on Twitter now already. I've already asked a couple of YouTubers, Random Mecca and Critical Drinker. I've asked them if they want to come on, and hopefully if they do, we'll be talking childhood movies or movies of our childhood. We're going to be doing more positive stuff as well. A lot of YouTubers actually, I said this a couple of days back, and it's actually interesting that I see it on Twitter last night. That now I'm not saying they heard me, but they're obviously thinking the same thing as me, because a few of the YouTubers out there that are constantly just do this stuff about Hollywood and stuff have decided that they're going to start doing some positive content to balance out with the negative. And I think that is the right way to go, because listen, we do get a bad reputation on social media, because there's this perceived vision that people have of us, that we just complain all the time. If people actually looked at my channel, they'll see that I don't actually always complain. I do talk about positive stuff as well. And it's the same with the other YouTubers. But I think what's happened is that YouTubers are making a genuine effort to give balanced content for you now, because we know we've become, and this might sound big-headed, but we know we've become important, because TV world is not doing great, and a lot of people are tuning into YouTube. So we've got to change with, obviously, the people that are coming on YouTube. So I'll be doing a lot more positive content. I'm hoping to do streams with Cheryl, as I said, do movie watch-alongs. We still haven't decided whether she's going to do it or not. But if she does, that's what we're going to be doing as well. We're going to be moving away from just doing panels all the time, because to be quite honest with you, I just want to be doing different stuff. And when I do talk about Doctor Who, everybody knows everybody's opinions. To be honest with you, I'm rehashing the same old stuff again. So the only time that I'll be talking Whittaker era is when I do obviously the source information news. And obviously if you bring it up, I will have to obviously respond. But I won't be talking about the Whittaker era. As far as I'm concerned, she's gone. So I don't really care now, to be honest. I'll just do the news now. So that's the plan that I have for the next couple of months for the channel. I'm going to be doing more streams on my own, and we will have panels, but we won't be having them as frequent as we had, because we already have. Because if you think about it logically, I have a panel on Saturday, I have a panel on Sunday, then normally I have a panel on Monday, and I have a panel on Wednesday. Nobody's getting content from me. They're just getting all panels, and everybody came onto the channel because of me. So I'm going to be doing more of my own content as well, because other YouTubers do it as well. They come onto my channel, but they're doing their own content. I'm not doing my own stuff. My stuff, what's happening is I'm doing all these panels, bringing everybody on, but my channel is suffering because I'm not doing the stuff that I should be doing, because I'm concentrating on panels all the time, and I need to stop doing that. I need to concentrate on what I'm good at, and that's me ranting and raving about stuff that's gone wrong. And Cheryl has her hand on her head. I didn't actually say I was leaving. I'll leave when I'm actually ready to leave. You have no say. Remember, we have a rule. When I stream, I get stream for my heart's content.
Am I talking?
Doesn't matter.
I am not uncovering
Right.
my band.
Yeah, you are banned. I'm banning you permanently until I bring you back for your comeback gig.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to concentrate on doing more stuff for you guys, and because I already do enough panels.
I
So
think you're trying to say you want to create some more original content.
yeah, that's what I mean. They know what I mean. They've been following me long enough
That's why I'm
that they
making
know.
the face.
Yeah, but you don't need to mansplain because everybody knows what I'm like and they know exactly the way I go on, so they know what I mean. Only idiots and morons that are out there that don't actually know me will actually say so. So, like,
Those are
everybody.
also people that think you actually did ban me.
Yeah, I know. I didn't actually ban you. That's the thing. If I did, I don't know how that happened. But maybe. Oh, hang on. No, that doesn't make sense because I did remove Teddy's Terrier Tails because you asked me, but I never removed the wife. So
No, you removed me as a wrench on both because I asked.
I
But don't worry about it. It's not like a thing. It's just
Noel presents Noel starting in the Noel zone. No, it's still the Tartar zone. Thank you, Gary, for that. No, I'm not trying to be. Look,
I know that's why I threw it in there.
I'm just. I don't want people thinking that I don't want to do. I do, of course I do, but I need to be doing content. You know what? I'll say that again, Wolfenstorm.
I didn't say anything,
All right, I thought I heard.
but I do need to get going.
All right, well, go on. I'll tell
It's
you what
dinner
you can
time,
do.
so
Do your shout out there. I'm going to remove me and Daniel and let people know what you have up and coming on your channel and where they can reach it on social media and all of that.
alrighty. Well, you guys all know me on YouTube, The Wolf in the Storm, and you can find me on Twitter, WolfenStorm78. I know I've been kind of quiet this week because I've been out of town, but now I am back. I did a video last week while I was out of town, but I have another video in the works. As a matter of fact, it's on my laptop right now. I am in the midst of getting started to record it. It's my review for Time Lord Victorious #1 Titan Comics, along with some other articles about the retconning of the Time War in this Time Lord Victorious thing, and also some more about the Jody rumor mill. So expect that probably by tomorrow once I get it edited. And yeah, that is it for me.
Okay, Wolfenstorm, I will let you go because I know you have to go. Thank you for that and thanks for joining us. And hopefully we'll have you on again next week for the next watch along. You
all right, bye guys.
Right, let's bring Daniel on and let Daniel give his usual shout outs and the stuff. See you later. Right.
Right, so hello again, people in the chat. So here's what I've got coming up. Here's what I've got coming up on the 24th of this month. I'm going to actually have Bill Wood on it, who's been on for Sarah Jane adventures. And 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 this question which I'm actually really looking forward to as the Sarah Jane adventures, as many of you know, holds a special place in my heart, and it'd be good and it'll be great to have obviously Bill Wood on it actually on to discuss it because she's just he's just got into she's just got into the Sarah Jane Adventures, and um I hope to do um I hope to do I hope to do streams with Sharon as well on that new family. Audio will be discussing that as well, and we'll also do some big finish reviews as well, and with another and whenever the Tom Baker and David and anything drops, audio drops through the post, I would review that as well, because Jesus Christ, I'm still waiting on that CD. And but anyway, you can also follow me on Twitter at Celtic Daniel 22. You can join my Facebook group Daniels on YouTube Hub where all the YouTubers and subscribers are, so to keep up to date with all the content from everybody that we know, join that Facebook group because it's important that you guys stay up to date with all the content and subscribe to the other YouTubers that's on the and it's on the panel, and obviously subscribe to the channel for all the source information, because Noel's pretty good with the source information, his panels and stuff of he's got coming up as well, so he's quite also subscribe to this channel too, and and I'll see you on Sunday for the Wednesday Jerry.
And that is the international legend. That is Daniel. I've been told to make sure that I call him an international treasure. Sorry, Cheryl. International treasure. So that's from our international treasure, Daniel. Don't forget to subscribe to all the channels, including Rabbi. And thank you, Daniel, for your kind words about my channel. But I will say there are other people out there that do source information as well. Check out their channels as well, because, we all are doing the same job at the end of the day. And we're all going to have conflicting information. And sometimes we might have information that basically coincides or matches up. In this case, though, it looks like that multiple sources are getting, and people that are releasing it, like myself, are getting multiple different scenarios of what might happen. As I said, we will not know until BBC make any official announcement. So just to end this stream, I will say the latest news, just to end for anybody that's just joined and wanted to know what the news was. I've been told by my source that there's a 50-50 chance that Jodie Whittaker is gone the festive period. So around the Christmas period, so she could go between Christmas and New Year's Day. Now, I have a theory based on information that we've gotten in the past. What I believe is going to happen is that the festive special will be Jodie Whittaker's last, and they will actually do a regeneration scene and leave it as a cliffhanger. You won't see the new Doctor. They'll just show Whittaker starting to regenerate, and then they'll leave it as a cliffhanger. That's what I believe is going to happen with the information that I've received and the information that is actually out there. I've just put this together myself. This is my own little conclusion. This isn't fact, by the way, just to let you sawdust morons know. I'm not actually saying that this is true. This is just what I believe is going to happen. And you know what? There's a lot of people that are starting to believe the same thing too. But what I will say to you, Jodie Whittaker fans, is this. The fact that this rumor is out there, and the fact that the other rumors are out there, you should sit up and take stock, because there's definitely something going on, right? There's definitely something going on. Now, we will see, as I said, when BBC make any official announcement. And remember, they still haven't officially announced that Jodie Whittaker is actually staying. Jodie Whittaker was the one herself in interviews that has said she's staying, but the BBC have not officially confirmed it. And they haven't. Show me an article where it says where the BBC have actually come out and said that she's staying. They haven't. She has, but they haven't. So until they come out with any official announcement, everything is up in the air as far as I am concerned. So with that, I'm going to leave you all. Daniel, again, absolute pleasure having you on, mate. You are a national treasure, man. You're international treasure. You're a star. Thank you for coming on. To all the other guests, to everybody that sent me a super chat, and to all my moderators, Problem Being, Chris, and I don't know if there's any of the other moderators in there. I think there is. Super John is there as well. Thank you very much for everything you do in the chat, and thank you everybody for contributing as well. Really appreciate it. We will talk to you very, very soon. Enjoy your week. Hopefully I will have more news for you. So as Daniel said, keep looking out for my channel, because there could be anything at any time, if you know what I mean. We're getting to the stage now where if we're going to start getting information, it has to be now. So I mean, they haven't even released a second trailer yet for the festive special, and that has to come up at some stage. So listen, look after yourselves. I'll see you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Daniel, thank you again. And I'll leave you with this, guys.